Hi everyone. In this video we're going to go through dividing polynomials. So I've just got a few key ideas here. So basically we use dividing polynomials, or this long division method, when we need to factorize a polynomial. So obviously we can easily factorize a quadratic, but say you have a cubic like the one on the screen, we use long division. So long time ago when I was in primary school, we actually did division using long division, but now we kind of simplified a little bit more. So you might not be familiar with long division. So we're going to do 6 questions today where we're going to divide polynomials. Now this second dot point just points out all the features of, your equation. So you can see on the left hand side, and I might just highlight because sometimes I talk about things and you might not even know what I'm referring to. Let's keep it with that nice blue. Okay, so our dividend is what we're dividing, and our divisor is what is being divided into it. And then what we're left with is our quotient. All right, so let's say I said 10 divided by 5 is 2. So let me write that on the side. So if I had 10 divided by 5 equals 2, the 10 is your dividend, the 5 is your divisor, and the 2 is your quotient. Now if I did 10 divided by 6, that is 1 point, oh my gosh, 1 remainder, let me do the remainder. Usually we say remainder 4, but that's when you did it in primary school. So we do 1 and 4/6, or 1 2/3. To simplify that. So in this case, we would have a remainder. So with your dividing polynomials, we can also have a remainder. Okay, so they're just the features of doing the division. Now when we write our answer, you can see here we've got the divisor, so we put that into our answer, the quotient, and then the remainder. So you can see what we've effectively done is multiplied both sides by the x plus 2 to get rid of this. All right. Let's move on. Okay, so we're going to do these 6 questions. Now, I just want to highlight, because I hope I don't forget, notice that D, E, and F, our dividend starts with a negative. So our leading x cubed term, is negative. So we're just going to do them slightly differently. So I'm just going to go down to, which one is it? Did I miss one? I think I missed one. No, I didn't. What have I done? X plus 3. Oh, no. Okay. X minus 4. So this one here. Just going to put a little asterisk. That's not an asterisk. A little dot. Just to oops, that doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to remember now because I've spent so much time on that. Okay. Now, the method is quite confusing. That's why I'm doing a video. I want to do it in blue. The method is quite confusing because you're following the steps that you would in long division. And if you're not familiar with long division, it is going to be completely new to you. But the more practice you have, the better, basically. Okay, so what we do is we're basically dividing x minus 2 into this polynomial. Okay, and it's a cubic. X minus 2 could be a factor of it. If it was a factor, your remainder would be 0. Okay, but it's not. Oh, well, sorry, I should say it's not. I'm assuming it's not going to be, but I don't know until I've divided it. But we'll explore that later when the... so for now, we're just going to be doing the long division. Okay, so we take the x, all right, so we take the x and we divide that into 2x cubed. All right, so we're basically doing 2x cubed over x. and that gives us 2x squared. So I'm going to put the 2x squared up there, and then I'm just going to delete and highlight that just because it's going to get messy if I keep highlighting things. And then I multiply that 2x squared by the x minus 2. So on my next line, on my next step, it's going to be 2x squared times x minus 2. And that's going to go in this spot here. So I'm going to use a lot of color so you can see where the working is, and I'll do the working on this side here. All right, so just multiplying 2x squared by x gives me 2x cubed, and 2x squared times negative 2 gives me negative 4x squared. And put a line underneath that. So what we're doing in long division is we then subtract. All right, so basically we want to, the reason we're multiplying is because, so we can do 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0. Let me get a different color now. All right, so it's going to be 0, and then negative x cubed minus negative 4x squared is positive 3x squared. Okay, so all I'm doing is just subtracting those terms. And then we repeat the process. So 3x, I'll do this over here. So 3x squared divided by x gives me 3x. So I'm going to put plus 3x up here. And then multiplying through again. So let's do that in purple. Okay, so we're going to have 3x times x minus 2, just like we did before with the pink. We're multiplying it through by our dividend. So 3x times x is 3x squared, and you should end up with the same term. And then 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. All right, and I'm just going to bring this term down, so plus 3x. All right, so now we do our subtraction again. Let's do that in a different color, lots of different colors. Okay, so 3x squared minus 3x squared is 0. Then 3x minus negative 3x, so 3x plus 6x is plus 9x. All right, and then we repeat the process again. So 9x, do that over here, divided by x is 9. So we're going to put plus 9 up here, and then we're going to multiply it through. So let's choose a different, let's do orange. Okay, so 9 times x minus 2, so 9x. Okay, we did end up with the same number, term. And 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. And I'm just going to keep forgetting to bring that term down. So the negative 2 just comes down. Okay, just like the 3x came down as well. All right, and then our last one, what color? Let's do it in black. All right, so 9x minus 9x is 0. Negative 2 minus negative 18, so negative 2 plus 18 is 16. And that's going to be your remainder. All right, so our final answer, how am I going to write this? I'm just going to do the answer. I'm running out of room. All right, so we take our dividend, so x minus 2, times 2x squared plus 3x plus 9, and then plus your remainder plus 16. Alrighty, let's move on to the next one. So you can always have a go at doing it on your own, but I just think watching them all is going to really give you that practice. Okay, so our first one, we're taking 2x cubed and dividing it by x. So that's going to give you 2x squared. So that 2x squared goes up here. And choose a different color. Let's go with green. We're going to multiply that 2x squared up the top by our dividend, so x plus 2. All right, so 2x times x gives you 2x cubed. 2x squared times 2 is 4x squared. and then we're going to take that away. And I'm also going to bring down that negative x just to do that now because I kept forgetting that in the previous one. Don't want to do yellow just yet. Let's do orange. All right, so negative 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0. Then 2x squared minus 4x squared is negative 2x squared. And I'm going to bring down, oops, I probably shouldn't have brought down that negative x there. Sorry, my bad. Now we'll bring that down. Okay, so negative x there. All right, and then we go on and repeat the process. So let's do it in purple. So now we've got negative 2x squared, and we're going to divide that by x. So that gives us negative 2x. All right, and then we're going to multiply it through. Just done green, let's do red. So negative 2x times x minus 2. So negative 2x times x, negative 2x squared. And then negative 2x times 2 is negative 4x. And I'm going to bring that negative 3 down in a sec. All right, we'll colour it blue. Okay, so then we've got 0 here, negative, so don't forget we're taking away negative x minus negative 4x, so negative x plus 4x is plus 3x. And then we repeat the process. What colour haven't I done? Yellow. Okay, so 3x divided by x gives you 3. So that goes up here. And then we multiply that through. I'll do that in black because it's going to be our final answer. So 3x, oops, I didn't bring down that negative 3 before. So I always forget to do that. And then 3 times 2 is 6. All right, and then we're just going to do our subtraction. So 3x minus 3x is 0, and negative 3 minus 6 is minus 9. So our final answer. All right, so our dividend, x plus 2 times 2x squared minus 2x plus 3. And our remainder is minus 9. So put the minus 9 on the end. Again, this is just practicing. We wouldn't tend to leave that quadratic. We would actually end up factorizing that quadratic as well. But we'll do that another time, not now. All right, let's quickly move on. All right, so our first one, 5x cubed divided by x gives us 5x squared. That goes up here. All right, and then we're going to multiply that by our dividend, so 5x squared times x plus 3. So that gives us 5x cubed. I'm going to be taking that away. Plus 15x squared. All right, so should be doing that in a different colour. All right, 0, negative 2x minus 15x. So you've got to be careful with your negatives. And then we're going to bring that 7x down. Actually, we'll bring that down. Yeah, we can bring that down. Just be careful with your negatives. I don't want to do that colour. Let's do green. All right, so now we've got negative 17x squared. These are so tedious. It's just, anyway, negative 17x. All right, and then multiplying that through. So negative 17x, x plus 3. So that's going to give us negative 17x squared. Obviously the same thing because we're going to cancel out. And then negative 17 times 3. Seriously, guys. What is that? 30, 51 minus 51x. Okay, what colour? I'll do light green. All right, so 0 minus 58x. Bring that minus 1 down. I can bring that down there. All right, Am I up to black yet? Let's do purple. All right, negative 58x divided by x gives you negative 58. So that goes up the top. And we're going to multiply that through. I don't know. All right, so negative 58 times x plus 3. So negative 58 times x is negative 58x. And negative 58 times 3. I feel like I made a mistake somewhere with such high numbers. 150 plus 16, 168. All right, and then we're just going to get our remainder. So negative 1 plus 168, so negative 167. All right, just made a boo-boo. So I just checked the answer. 58 times 3, not 168. I was doing 56 times 3, so let's just quickly fix that up. All right, so the way I was doing that was just 3 times 50, 150. 3 times 8 is 24, so 174. Now, I'm kind of feeling like that's different to the final answer. Anyway, oh no, negative, yeah, so plus. It's 173. All right, just going back to fix my mistakes. This should be a positive because positive 7 minus, that's why you should always put the negative there to remind you. All right, so 7 minus negative, so that should be a positive. Sorry guys, making this one up the top a positive. And then that orange down the bottom becomes a positive, and that one also becomes a positive. And that's where we get 175. Beautiful. Okay, sorry about that. So we've got x plus 3. All right, our dividend and our quotient, 5x squared minus 17x plus 58. And then a remainder of 175. All right, moving on to the next one. Now this, remember I put a little asterisk next to it because our original question or our original dividend, the x cubed was negative. So I'm just taking that out. That just means our final answer, we need to consider that negative. All right, let's get this party started. So we've got x cubed over x gives you x squared. All right, and then we're going to multiply that by our dividend. So that's going to give us x cubed minus 4x squared, and subtract them. All right, so x cubed minus x cubed gives you 0, negative x cubed minus minus, so negative x plus 4x plus 3x squared, and bring that 10 down. All right, start the process again. What color are we going to do? Green. I'll just do green. 3x squared divided by x gives us 3x, so plus 3x. Multiply that through, so 3x times x minus 4. So that gives me 3x squared minus 12x. Subtract them. So we get 0, 10 plus 12 is plus 22x. So I should put a line there and bring that negative 4 down. All right, and we start the process again. So 22x divided by x gives you 22. So put plus 22 up here. And then multiply that through. What color have we done? Did I do more green before? So 22 times x minus 4 gives you 22x minus 88. And then just working out our remainder. So negative 4 plus 88, so plus 84. All right, so remember your final answer. We need to put the negative out the front. X minus 4, x squared plus 3x plus 22, and then plus 84. Now, this negative multiplies everything, so you can keep it out the front of our brackets, but that negative gets multiplied by that positive 84, so it becomes negative 84. So just be careful with that. I'm going to show you just quickly the work solutions from the textbook. So they did keep the negative in. So it's up to you. You can keep the negative in if you want to. It doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. It's just and then you can see they've multiplied that negative into the second bracket. So same answer. They've just multiplied that negative in. The reason for keeping it out does help with seeing it as a negative cubic. Whereas if you put it inside your brackets, where are we? Might be a little bit harder to see that. Yeah. But usually when we factorize, we do take the negative out as opposed to leave it in. But I guess since you're just learning long division, leaving it in is fine, but I would always take the negative out. All right, let's move on. All right, I just worked through this question and then checked my answer, recorded it. I've since deleted it. And realized that I didn't change my negatives and positives. So that's important if you're taking out the negative that you do that. So you can see with question E, we've got a negative, 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 positive, and I didn't change all of them. So and I can't change it. It won't let me change it. So I'm just going to change it here. It's probably changed on your sheet because by the time I got around to doing that, it should change. So this should be a positive, and I'll just change this to a negative. Okay. All right, I might just do this as I would without doing all the working and all the colours, just because you really, in methods, you're time poor. Or I shouldn't say time poor, but time is limited, and you can't really be using a range of colours and doing lots of working out. Your working out should be mostly in your head. So 2x cubed divided by x gives us 2x squared, and then multiplying that through gives us 2x cubed. 2x times 8, 2x times 4 is 8. All right, and let's subtract that. So 2x squared minus 8x gives you negative 6x squared. And then we start the process again. So negative 6x squared divided by x is negative 6x, multiplying it through. So we get minus 24x, bring that 5 down, and then we can do our subtraction. All right, so it's going to be 0. 5x plus 24x is 29x. All right, and then divide that by x. 29 times 4. Now, did I make a mistake there? Because I'm pretty sure I got a different answer when I did it before, but I did do it incorrectly before. Oh, yeah, I did it incorrectly before. It's all good. 29 times 4. So you can do 30 times 4, which is 120, and then take away 4, so 126. And then bring down that minus 7. So I'm going to subtract them. So negative 7 minus 126 is negative 100. Just want to make sure that's right, 133. Now I'm going to check my answers because I'm losing confidence. 123. Did I not multiply? Oh, what did... Yeah, I think silly me. Can't add. What was it again? 123. Yes. Okay, let me just double check again. Minus, okay, all good. Now you'll notice that they kept the negative in. Doesn't really matter, but as I said, when you're factorizing, you should really take the negative out. So it's probably good just to do that from this point forward. And then just make sure you change it from negative 123 to positive 123. So again, I'm just going to check my answer. Yeah, cool. I just wanted to make sure it was a positive 123. And you can see they've kept the negative in that second bracket, but you can put it in anywhere. You don't put it, okay. Just a little side note. So if we wanted to multiply that negative in, you could multiply it into the first one and everything else stays the same. Or you can multiply it into the second one and the first bracket stays the same. But just keep the negative out the front. Just easy. Okay, last one. Again, we've taken the negative out. Let me just check that I've, done all my signs correctly because I don't want to go and do it. So negative, positive, negative, negative. Negative, positive, negative. Cool. All right, so 5x cubed divided by x gives us 5x squared. So that gives us 5x cubed. And then multiplying that gives us negative 15x squared. All right, subtract them, plus 4x squared. So plus 4x squared minus 12x, bring that 2x down, 0, 14x, so it's going to be plus 14, bring that 20 down, and then multiply that 14 through, so 14 times x is 14x, 14 times 3, so 10 times 3 is 30, 3 times 4 is 12, so 30, 42, negative 42. So it's going to give us 62. So our answer is going to be x minus 3. Oh, let's not forget the negative out the front. 5x squared plus 4x plus 14 minus 62. So just changing that sign. Let me just check my answer. And it looks good to me. Beautiful. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. Haven't got much sleep, so not an exciting video, but hopefully helpful nonetheless. Bye.